Hello and welcome to Hispanic Heritage Month. Last year, I started a series where I was talking about the books, the tarot and oracle decks that I had that for me represent or are created by my Latino culture. I did a books for Brujas, and this is a continuation of that. First book that we're talking about here is the Veneration Rites of Curandismo, Invoking the Sacred Energy of Our Ancestors by Erika Benaflora or Benaflor. This book, I've yet to even dig into it because it is brand new. I was out of town and I just got the book, and I have not had time really to dig into anything since I've been back. I've just been catching up. But this book is all about working with your ancestors. And for me, this book is really exciting because it is a direct reflection of my culture and the way that we honor our ancestors within my culture, which there's not another book out there about working with your ancestors that is direct for my Latin culture. So I'm really, really excited about this book. I have her 4 other books. I believe she has 4. She has an oracle deck, and I have that. So I am really a fan, if that's the right way to say it, of Erika's work and her dedication to this culture and this beautiful wisdom that has been passed down, and that she has actively, very, very actively gone out and searched for and found people to teach her all of the things. I appreciate her effort so much. So this is the Veneration Rites of Urandismo. Along those same lines, this is the Latinx Toolkit, Reclaiming Ancestral Latinx Plant Medicine and Rituals for Healing. This book is really cool because it actually features some curanderas within the book, and it talks about plant medicine and how to do the work, how to work with these herbs and how to heal with these herbs. And they're all like step-ins to some of these curanderas who are telling you their own recipes and how they do this practice and how they work with this medicine. So this is a really, really neat book. I really enjoy this one. But I'm going to show you the table of contents real quick, just so you get an idea. We have seeds, roots, and flowers. Remember the ancestral ways of wellness. Self-care is a revolutionary act, creating sacred space, herbal allies, tending to the gardens. Again, it just goes on and on. Cultivating a medicine-making practice, herbal tonics and food as medicine, energy and boundaries. It just goes on, talks about limpias and baños and dreams and all the things that are really stand out and really part of our culture. And this is a really, really good book. I really like this one. It is a wonderful reference book. This one is the Rainforest Home Remedies. This is the Mayan way to heal your body and replenish your soul. This is a wonderful, wonderful book, and one of the reasons that I really, really love this one is because it talks about the Mayan massage for the womb, and even helping out with babies when they're just born. And this one covers a lot of really in-depth healing type of information. And it's a wonderful, wonderful reference book. I don't know if this is even in print anymore. I think I got this one used, but I get a lot of my books used. Let me see. When was this one originally done? 2001. So I don't know if this is available anymore. It's a HarperCollins book, but this is a really in-depth and really good book. This book, Chicano Forklore. This is an interesting book. I really thought that this book was going to be more about just the folklore, the stories. But this book is kind of like a dictionary of references and everything that has to do with the Latino culture. It talks about people, it talks about food, it talks about dances, it talks about La Cucaracha, the song. It even gives you the lyrics to La Cucaracha. I'm sure everybody has heard La Cucaracha, right? La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha. Yeah, well, yeah, it talks about all that. El Cucuy, the boogeyman. Like, it talks about so many things. It even covers things like Chicano Park. Chicano Park is a park in San Diego that has murals in the barrio of Logan. It is an awesome book, not what I was expecting, but I really appreciate that somebody went through and just really kind of captured up the culture and put it all in a book, like a little dictionary. Like, if you need to know something, look it up. It's right here. If you question something, look it up right here. So anytime, like, it even talks about sustos. So if you have gone into shock, if you need soul retrieval, you would say they had a susto, they had a shock. But it covers all kinds of things. Even gods and goddesses are covered in here, quinceañeras. This is a cool book. If you want to know more about the Latin culture and like explanations of it, this is a cool book to have. Okay, let's get into the Brujería book. So this is the Mexican Sorcery, a practical guide to Brujería de Rancho. And this, again, is a really good book. I really like her writing. You know what? I don't think there's anything in here that I don't like. But again, it gets into some of the basics as well. But I have a stuck page here. Okay, I'm going to deal with this in oh, there we go. I got it. Ooh, that's scary. Okay, but it gets into basics and, you know, things like floor washes and working with saints, and we got here the ojo malo and everything. So it just it covers a lot. It talks about chords and all of these things, all of these basic like spells and things, but really well done. And as she says, Brujería de Rancho, because in the city they might have different things available to them, and in el rancho, of course, maybe it might be a little bit more basic, a little bit more traditional medicine, because it hasn't had the outside influences. So for that reason, I really like that book. Now the next one is the Mexican Witch Lifestyles. This is a neat little book to have as a quick reference for all the things. It is quick, it is easy to get through, and just kind of gives you brief explanations. I think I've talked about this on one of my monthly wrap-ups. It even has a little area here, I think it's like 20 pages or so, where it talks about Santa Muerte, which is a really quick and easy way to get familiar with the workings. I wouldn't say take this and work with Santa Muerte based on this. I would say it's a good little brief introduction to working with Santa Muerte. I wouldn't take it from here. I would take it, I would read it, maybe use it as a reference if you've already been working with Santa Muerte, but don't just take it and run. I would say do a little bit more homework before doing those kind of things. But it's a nice book. I do like it. With that introduction into Santa Muerte, there are a couple of new books in my library as of this year that are about Santa Muerte. So this is Devoted to Death, Santa Muerte, the Skeleton Saint. And this is a more scientific approach. It's really not, how would I say? It's really not like the deep workings in a sense. It does explain these things, but it's really more of a scientific approach and how it came about, and more of an explanation. If somebody went and studied it, and then came back and wrote about it. So it does describe things, but it's not like a practical workings type of a book, if you understand. Okay, this is another one. Santa Muerte, the history, rituals, and magic of Our Lady of the Holy Death. This is a good one. I like this one. There is another book out there that I still haven't purchased, but this is a good one. It's simple, easy to read. It gets into the nitty-gritty, but you could read this and start working with her if you are inclined to do so. This might be a nice place to start. And then this book, this is the last book. This is a newer book into my collection. This is not created by a Latino author. However, this discusses the evil eye. So the evil eye is an interesting subject, and the reason that I say that is because the evil eye is something that not only us Latinos are into or aware of the evil eye. It dates back thousands of years. It's recognized like in Greece and Rome, and we all have this symbolism, like almost in every country of the world or religion, Judaism and Islam and Hindu and Buddhism and even Christianity to a certain degree, where we are aware of the evil eye. So this one, even though he comes from an Italian background, the way that he talks about it is exactly how I would work with the evil eye, and he gets into brief discussions about like the tarot and even Catholic type practices as far as working with the evil eye. And see right here, this is where he talks about Ganesha, because Ganesha is the one that protects you from all obstacles. So an evil eye would create an obstacle for you. So, and then he gets into the pantry portion of it, which I thought was really, really cool. So what do you work with within your pantry to help you release the evil eye? And so it's a cool book. So again, gets into the Catholic and Christian type of practice of working with the evil eye and releasing and protecting from the evil eye. It even gets into casting an evil eye. So this is my addition to my library of books that have to do with my Latin culture and my Latin beliefs. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. From my heart to yours, I will see you later.